Mikeself and I. It's me, Mikeself and I. Me, Mikeself and I. It's me, Mikeself and I.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, it's time for your weekly Fix of Funny. Broadcasting on radio in Fort Bragg, 107.7 FM, KNYO. Grab a mimosa, take your pants off, and treat yourself to the sexy bald man who makes you tingle in your special place. I was talking about your heart. He's wrong, but he's so right. He's brilliant, he's insightful, but also at times he's got the intelligence of a cup of dirt. Here we go, it's the Me, Mikeself and I show, starring Mike Benkard!
Hello. Welcome to another exciting episode. I said it almost adventure, but welcome to another exciting episode of Me, Mikeself and I. I am your host, Mike Benkard, and we are officially streaming live with no audience, which is okay. That's what streaming live is right now. You're supposed to be working right now, but we're going to continue because right now you are having lunch live with me, Mikeself and I, if you can see, am eating some ramen noodles. Hold on, let me take a quick. I'm a. Oh my God, that's terrible. That's a horrible thing to do. Sorry. Oh my goodness, what a horrible way to start the stream live, huh? Well, I'm gonna drink some water because I don't want to choke, because I don't want to die. I've been quarantined for 2 months. I'm gonna die off of ramen noodles? I don't think so. Not today. All right. We have a very, 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 very exciting episode. We have two amazing guests this afternoon, or on the repodcast. We have an amazing guest. We have from 101.5K Hits, Joey Mitchell is here. We also have a comedian from Showtime, HBO, ABC, America's Funniest People, Mr. Chicago Steve Barkley is here as well. So I can't wait to bring these two guys together. These two titans. Worlds are about to collide on Me, Mikeself and I show. But before we do that, I want to also let you guys know, I hope everyone is doing well during this pandemic. I know there are fights breaking out right now at Discovery Park. I don't know if you guys saw that, but there's fights breaking out. See what happens when people are quarantined for 2 months? They don't even know. People didn't know how to act before quarantine. Now it's complete chaos. You see everyone just packed to the brim like this, just packed. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Why are you? It's America is released, but just calm down for a second. Just take a deep breath and go, I'm here to support small businesses. That's all you got to do. Support the small businesses. And that's what I do here on Me, Mikeself and I, which is why right now it is time for Me, Mikeself and I supports you. That's right. Every single week, this podcast supports small businesses and performing artists. So if you have a small business and you want to get free advertisement, don't look anywhere else. Look right here on Me, Mikeself and I, because I make some amazing commercials for you. I don't know if they're amazing, but to me they are, because it took a lot of work, and now I know what it feels like to produce a micro commercial. Holy crap, it's a lot of work. And I respect the people in the radio industry, because that is a lot of work. Anyways, this week I like to support Second Summer Bride. Second Summer Bride is a bridal shop in Sacramento. They came to me because they saw what I was doing with all the other supporting small businesses. And Carla, the owner, she came to me and she said, I don't care what you do. Make it sound funny. Make it great. We're not these stuffy, bridal shop. We're really laid back and chill. And I decided to make this commercial for her, and you're about to see this. And then after this, we're going to move forward, and we're going to have a talk with Mr. Joey Mitchell. And then after that, we're going to talk to Chicago Steve Barkley. So we're going to get through this real quick because the meat of the show is waiting. Worlds are about to collide. Yes. Okay. Before I get too excited, here is my Mike commercial for Second Summer Bride. Enjoy. Hello? Oh, hi, Michael. How are you? What? You're getting married? Oh, my God, Michael. I'm so proud of both of you. Oh, my God. Where's she going to get her dress? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? What? No, don't go there. You need to take her to Second Summer Bride. No, Michael. No. Listen to your auntie. Second Summer Bride. Go see Carla. She will help you with everything. I'm telling you, Michael. They have gowns, accessories, jewelry. Oh, my God. Your bride-to-be is going to love it, Michael. They even have tuxedos for you, so you don't have to go all over town. This is your one-stop shop, Michael. Second Summer Bride is going to save you from a disaster. You don't want to have nothing done on your wedding day, and I'm sitting in the front row going, see, I told you so. But I'm telling you right now, Michael, get this done. Do this for your auntie. Okay, Michael, say it with me one more time. Second Summer Bride. Good. Oh, you're going to be a good husband. Okay, Michael, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. So there's my commercial for Second Summer Bride. So there you go, Second Summer Bride. You got a chance to see it live here on Me, Myself, and I. Take that commercial. Also, I had a chance to talk with Carla. She said that she's going to have a 10% discount to the end of June. Just mention this commercial and mention Second Summer SSB Auntie, and you will get a 10% discount. So go forth. Go through this pandemic with Me, Myself, and I supports you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I hope you're ready. I think you're ready because I'm ready. I am going to introduce to you the man of men, the man of the hour, the man that I know, Mr. Joey Mitchell. Ladies and gentlemen, before I do, 50 years in radio. 50. Okay. Here's a couple of highlights of Joe's
Yes,
work.
we are now allowing people to return to the site of the massive nuclear disaster, and we're waiting for you. Lounge next to the radioactive pool. Enjoy a nice walk on the ash. Fukushima has it all.
Me and my family stayed 3 nights in beautiful Fukushima. I showed up with 2 legs and left with 3.
My face is green now.
So if you want to make memories and develop conditions that will last a lifetime, come visit Fukushima. Book your trip today.
All right. So here he is, ladies and gentlemen. What you've been waiting for, what I've been waiting for a very long time. Here he is right now, Joey Mitchell. Joey live on Me, Myself, and I, right here, right now.
Thank you. What a pleasure and an honor it is to be here, man. Really, thank you for having me.
It's time for probably almost 2 years that I've been trying to get you onto this show.
Yeah.
And you always said no.
No.
Okay, I get it.
By the way, before we continue anymore, okay, for your own good, because many people are watching, have a noodle hanging right here. You missed it when you ate your noodles, your right here.
Yeah, no, I saw it. I saw the noodle thing.
Oh, you're leaving it there for effect. Okay. I didn't know.
No, you're 5 seconds behind. It's already gone. You'll see it in 5 seconds.
He put me on delay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you...
I'm going to say something nasty.
What's that?
You put me on delay, so you're so afraid I'm going to say something nasty. Oh, I got the button. Shut up, Joey.
You won't say anything nasty. You're Joey Mitchell.
No,
you have nasty innuendos, but you won't say it. So listen, MMikers, all the podcasters that are listening right now, Joey Mitchell has been in radio for 50 years, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
50 amazing years. So, Joey, go ahead and tell us about yourself.
I started in
1969
in Southern California at a little tiny station that you couldn't. Well, it was 14 stories high in the Panorama Towers in Panorama City, San Fernando Valley. You could see the DJ in the window from the street, but you couldn't tune him in on the FM dial because it was such a small station. I'm telling you, it was little. But they were the only guys who would give me a chance. So I broadcast from there for a couple of years, learned what I was doing, supposedly, and moved on.
Did you have any skills before you started at that station?
Yeah.
What did you do before then?
I could solder. Wires together, and also I had baseball card collection. So I had skills.
Baseball card, nice. That's what's your team? Oh, yours is the Yankees, right?
Yeah, my team's the Yankees. I hear a dog. Is that yours or is that Steve's?
No, that's my dog, but I'm ignoring it. I'm trying to do my best to ignore it.
Okay, I don't hear anything. I am so sorry.
Right, exactly. It's a 5 second. That's my stomach growling because it's a 5 second delay. That was me going.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, go A's, by the way. See it 50 years. There we go. Anyways, so Joey, so when did you leave New York and come to California?
Left New York in 1965, and it was just for a summer vacation. I was going to be here just a month, staying with friends of the family. We had lived in Palo Alto when I was 4 and moved back to New York because my mom didn't like it. But we made friends with people there, and there was a little girl that I'm on 16-meter footage with. She was 2 and I was 4, playing in the backyard. That's the person I went to stay with, her family, in 65. Now that little girl wasn't so little anymore. And one thing led to another. We fell in love. I got married to her, and we're still married.
Nice, man. Congratulations. How long have you guys been married?
53 years. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. 50 years in radio, 53 years married to you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, my poor wife.
That's how I feel about my wife. She's like, we've been married for 11 and I've been doing stand-up for 15. I'm like, God, you deserve an award.
Yeah. Somebody asked my wife, do you listen to Joey on the radio? She said, hell, I don't even listen to him at home. You know, it keeps me humble.
That's, you know what, we need strong women like that to keep us humble, keep us grounded.
Absolutely.
Because could you imagine if we have a significant other going, oh yes, you're amazing, yes,
wonderful, yeah.
Being married to a groupie, that would be horrible.
I remember one day I introduced Alabama at what was then Arco Arena, and 15,000 fans, hot white spotlight on me alone on the stage. It was amazing, man. And then I came home and I'm all pumped up and I said, Jeanette, that's my wife's name. Jeanette, I was just on stage at Arco. She says, before you tell me anything, take out the garbage because they're picking it up tomorrow. Humble. Keep you.
Yeah, same thing. Like one time I had a great show and crushed it, and I mean, I'm sweating bullets and everything, and I come home and my wife's like, "Oh, how was the show? Okay, cool. Make sure you take the dogs out and clean up the poop." You got it, man, because it's a job. This, we're not celebrities, even if we're celebrities. I'm sure our wives wouldn't want us to be the celebrity wives. They want us to be, because they're banking on us. That's what they are. They're banking on this thoroughbred to make them million, hopefully someday. So, what got you involved with K-Hits, and how did you start that from living in California?
Well, I originally started, like I said, in San Fernando Valley, and then there was a big earthquake in 1971. It was a 6.9, and luckily for me, all the other stations in the area went down. They weren't blank because they all had shared the same tower. Not the little station I was on. The little 5-water suddenly became very important to spread the news. So I went up to the 14th story building, still shaking, broken glass and everything else. And I started broadcasting from there. And finally, after, I guess, about 10 hours, Highway Patrol came and removed me. They said it wasn't safe. I said to the cop, say it on the air. I want the audience to hear you saying, I have to leave, and it's not my idea. He did. That made the paper, the little local green sheet, and somebody was reading that paper. Dick Clark, of American Bandstand.
Oh, wow.
He owned
Yeah.
a station in Riverside, San Bernardino, and he said, let's hire this guy. He's a go-getter. I mean, anybody who'd sit up there 14 stories high after an earthquake, we should have him working for us. So I went to a much bigger station in Riverside, San Bernardino called KPRO, and I became the program director there, stayed there 2 years.
Wow.
And in 75, I moved over to Sacramento and came to KRAK, the country station. So I was actually on crack for 20 years.
I didn't even see that coming at all. That's the best part, Joey. Usually, like, I can see when you're about to throw your jabs of jokes to me sometimes. I don't know, folks, you don't know this, but I also work for KITS. I'm on the promotions team. So I always see Joey in passing, but usually when I see him, I always know when the jokes are coming. Nice one. That was great. So you were
telegraph everything, don't I? You know it's coming. Oh boy, here comes another one.
You've been freebasing for 20 years. That's what
They introduced me to a receptionist once, and they said, "Oh, this is Joey. He's been on crack for 20 years." And she said, "Oh, you can get off it. My brother was on crack too. He went to bed in court. He's fine now." So,
that's so funny. That's so funny. So, do you what is the evolution like from you starting radio to where it is right now?
Oh my!
What do you see with the evolution of radio, and where do you see it going?
I don't like where it's going. You know,
right.
I was a very heavy personality radio for 20 years with.
You're a legend. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's not what I mean, but I could do whatever I wanted, you know, and we'd say, you know, hey, here's 3 in a row, and it would be 3 commercials, you know, because we could get away with everything. And then you come as times progress and they start making radio cookie cutter stations. Everybody sounds like everybody. If you've taken a long drive, you can actually hear the same stations, the K mixes, and they're the same station in Bakersfield as they are in Fresno. They sound the same. So that's unfortunate because a lot of personalities are being told, quiet, you know, just play the music and just read your liner card and you'll be fine. And I find that heartbreaking because it's hard to generate new personalities for the future if you're keeping them quiet.
Like having your own voice for radio. And that's not a pun intended, like your own personality involved in radio, and everyone sounds the same. So do you think what do you think the heyday, what do you think the peak of radio was?
Yeah.
Where you were your own.
What you're saying. I would say probably between 19 for my kind of thing, DJs, because of course the golden years of radio were when they had the soap shows, you know, the soap operas and you acted in them. I would have loved to have been
so kind of like radio play.
Yeah, I would have loved to be in radio then, you know. But then it progressed to DJs, and the heyday I would say was between 1960 and 1975 or 80. It was huge then. I would do a remote broadcast, and people would be in line to get my autograph on a photograph because at the time we were celebrities to them. They couldn't meet the guy on TV. They couldn't meet the person in the movie. But boy, this guy on the radio, I can see him if I go down to Ham and Frank's auto shop and this guy's out front. So now, you know, it's not the same. It doesn't have that flair that it used to. But I would say that's when it was huge. Yeah.
What was the best time for you to do radio? What was the best thing for you when you were doing radio at that peak?
When I was with KRK, you mean a moment, the best moment? You mean like that? Yeah.
During that peak time,
I was doing my show in 88, and I was talking to my news guy, and his name was Mike Ramey at the time. I had different guys do news, but this particular time, and I said, "All right, Mike, let's do the news." And he does the news, and the phone rings in the studio, and I pick it up, And the guy said, "This is Billboard magazine." I said, "Oh man, listen, we don't do subscriptions here. I'm the DJ. You want the main office?" No. We're calling to tell you you just won Billboard DJ of the Year. Are you kidding me?
Oh, wow.
This is a national award. I jumped up. I spilled my coffee. I was screaming. And Mike's still trying to do his newscast on the other side of the glass. And he's like, "What happened? Joe's having a heart attack. He jumped up. It's a seizure." And so he went to commercial and asked me what was going on. And I told him, and he immediately went on the air and told everybody. That was probably one of the most magical moments in all my broadcast years because it was totally a surprise.
Wow, that's amazing. Jason Panetta, one of my Facebook friends, he's been following me on Facebook, and he just sent a comment right now. I don't know if you can read it. It says, "Great point and perspective." So he's a fan of what you've created in radio, man.
Thank you, Jason. Awesome. I appreciate that, man. That's cool.
Let me ask you this: what was your worst radio broadcast? Everything that just fell apart.
That would be back at KBFM. I was working the night shift and I switched to mornings, which was a big promotion for me at the time. And so the guys that worked there decided to make a recording because we had reel-to-reel recorders back then. We'd have to cue them up, the reel, and then push play, and it would play. And they had worked on it for hours, and they were sick of it. They couldn't get it right. So they finally said, "Take number 79, because here's Joey, and he's doing the morning show now, and that's that. We're sick of doing this." But they queued it up to take 78. And that was the one with all the filth. And
oh, no.
And so he said, "You push the play button. We want to surprise you, man." So,
oh, my goodness.
Out comes F and this and black and the punk and the blah, blah, all that stuff, man. And I'm thinking it's a gag, so I'm letting it run. Yeah, okay, really. What's really on the air? They're going, no. Guy jumps over the console, rips the tape out of the machine. That's when I knew that was the worst moment of my career.
I can imagine that because FCC regulations, you guys could have got fined big time.
But we were so little, nobody was listening. They had no idea that happened.
But just in that fear, though, I'm sure that's the biggest fear in radio is like, we don't want to get fined. I don't care how creative you are or how decisive. If you get fined, you guys are out of jobs, right?
Oh, yeah. And not only that, the station loses a fortune, man, because and some of these stations are so small, $100,000 fine could wipe them out. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's crazy, but that was pretty bad. Then when I became PD at KPRO for Dick Clark, but this is before cell phones, driving on the weekend with my wife, and there's this guy on the air running a baseball game because we did the Angels games.
Okay.
But
you called the Angel games? You called
no, we
games?
just broadcast them. In other words, we were one of the affiliates that broadcast the games. So the game is playing on the air, and all this kid has to do is when the commercial comes on, they take the break, is insert our local commercials. But his phone is open, and he's on the air over the game, and he's talking, and he's talking to his girlfriend. He's going, "So when I come over, what are you going to do for me?" And she says, "Well, I'm going to put you in the bathtub." And oh my God. So I screeched to a halt in front of a supermarket, run to one of the check stands, grabbed their phones, and I went, "Federal business." Because I figured FCC, right? It's federal. Disqualified. Before cell phones, mind you, I dial the studio. My wife's in the car dying laughing, listening on the radio. And she hears me say, "Your mic is hot. Your mic is hot. Your mic is," and she hears that coming out on the air. And he goes, "What? Huh? A Joey? I turned your mic up." And then
my God, the panic and the fear. Yeah. Could you imagine like the fans? "And it's running home, sliding into second. Why don't you come home with me tonight?"
Exactly what it was. Now I can laugh.
"Look at that pop fly. Why don't you pull down these pants for me?"
And all I can think of in the car, Dick Clark's going to can my butt, man. It's not even my fault. But we survived.
That's great. Hey, Joey, I got a great another comment, man. Bob Caparoli says, "Do you think podcasts will eventually take over the radio industry?"
Wow, Bob, I certainly hope not. There's been a lot of things that have threatened radio. Remember when television came on, radio was going to be a dying business. And then when Netflix came on and radio is going to die and so is TV. We always find a way to adjust the business, the media to incorporate the new stuff. I mean, look, I thought for sure we were in a massive trouble when Sirius came out. With subscription radio. Yeah. But there's a lot of people don't want to pay to get something they can get on the air free. So you got to keep investing and making things new.
Awesome. Hey, Bob, thank you for that comment. Really
yes, sir, Bob. I appreciate that, man. We don't have that in radio, the little comments coming by.
That's
me,
cool. Myself, and I. That's why.
Huh? We don't have that. I like that. We have people come over at the station with a baseball bat and they have a
Yeah, you mentioned that radio is changing, but you also mentioned that radio is also evolving. How can radio evolve and change for the better for you and other future radio personalities? What do you think that needs to be done?
I would love to see them open up the possibilities of becoming more of your own show. See, I always envisioned for the 20 years I was at KRAK and for many other stations that I was a franchise. In other words, Joey Mitchell was the owner of the franchise. Now, the station I worked for, they were the guys I got my cups and my napkins and my saucers from. They were the guys that allowed me to do my franchise in their industry. So when I did the Joey Mitchell show for 4 hours, that was my baby. Stay out of my business, okay? I'll sell your napkins. I'll sell your commercials, but you leave me alone to do what I do. I'll bring the audience in, and then you'll have more people to sell your napkins and your tissues and your cups to. That's how I pictured it. As it's evolved, it's become the franchise, the owners telling the franchisee, me, no, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. No, So I'd like those rules pulled back and let me be the franchise owner again.
What do you think will happen for them to have that franchise again?
Eventually, some guy, a young guy, will come up and do the show the way I used to, and some insightful program director will go, "Hey, that's pretty good.
Right.
We should allow that." Other insightful programmers, because they copy each other, will go, "Right. We should get a guy like that too." And right now, you know how that's happening, syndication. They get this one guy with a lot of talent. He lives in Los Angeles or San Francisco or New York. And then all these little stations buy his show and put it on the air rather than developing their own talent to do the same thing.
Interesting. Well, one last question, Joey. I really appreciate your time. What's your advice about people getting into radio? What do you think they need to do?
A book about that. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, how to get into broadcasting. And,
nice.
Yeah. So
do you have it? Maybe I can have a link.
One copy to my son. What?
No, go ahead. After you.
I said I sold one copy to my son, but then they're really nice. If you roll them up for Duraflame logs in the winter, you put them in the fireplace, they catch fire really quickly.
Or
but
it's go it up and do the crack again. You can roll it up and do the crack again.
But it shows
I didn't know that.
Different ways that you can get into the business. Yeah.
That's awesome. Right on. Well, why don't you, once we're done talking, make sure you have a link so I can share that with everybody on my podcast and share it for the rebroadcast. Maybe we can download your book. Where can we find your book?
Probably in the garage. But
okay, perfect. Garage Studios.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, thank you so much, man.
Hey,
we're gonna have Joey. Man. We're going to have Joey come back, ladies and gentlemen. So, Joey, go ahead and take a break. I'm going to have talking to Mr. Chicago Steve Barkley pretty soon. So, Joey, thank you very much. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you.
I'll see you in about 15, 20 minutes, my friend.
Okay.
All right. Eat up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is fun. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like the live stream? Because I do. I think it's great. And I'm having a great time doing it. But now, ladies and gentlemen, now we have something magical for you. We have Mr. Chicago Steve Barkley. I've known him for a few years now, and he's been doing stand-up comedy for 40 years, ladies and gentlemen. And he is such a milestone and such a great human being. But before I bring him up, we're going to play one of his clips. So I want you to sit back and enjoy Chicago Steve Barkley.
And I'm happy to be here. I really am. I'm happy to be anywhere, actually, because I flew in on Delta. And it's not that bad. I joined Delta's Frequent Survivor program. It's a pretty good deal. One more crash, I get to go to Europe for nothing. You can't beat that. I found out what Delta stands for. It means don't even leave the airport. Of course, when it applies to me, it means don't expect the luggage to arrive. That's what it means. I don't know if you've been flying lately, but it is a nightmare. I hate it. It's ridiculous. It's a huge inconvenience nowadays. There's all this stupid security stuff, you know. It's like take your shoes off, take your jacket off, take your computer out of the bag, take your pants off. You know, I made that one up. And I figure if I'm going to go through that security thing, I'm going to have fun. So I'm hiding little pieces of tinfoil everywhere. You know? I'm in there setting that thing off going, I don't know what the heck is setting that thing off. Keep looking in there. I don't know what's in there. Those are my old house keys. I've been looking for those. That's my yearbook. I'm on page 35. Take a look at that, you know.
That is just a little taste, a little micro taste of Mr. Steve Barkley, ladies and gentlemen. And now I'm really excited to introduce me, myself, and I, you, the viewers, to the Don, the man, the myth, the other legend, Chicago Steve Barkley. Chicago Steve Barkley, thank you for being here, buddy.
Hey, Mike. You bet, man.
How you doing, buddy? Good, man. Thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate that. Who is that? Good. Who's that little doggy? Who is this?
This is my Rottweiler, Bullbite. Can you see him?
Yes, I can see him.
You gotta get down.
There's a 5-second delay, but we're doing this.
Right,
is your dog typing something?
I'm on my cell phone because my computer crashed about 2 minutes ago from overheating.
Okay. Well, you look good. You're online. There's about like a 5-second delay. I hear typing. Someone typing something?
No, I don't know where that clicking is coming from.
It's probably Joey's and his crack. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chicago Steve Barkley. Years in stand-up, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, folks.
So, Steve, does it feel like 40 years to you?
It's actually 46 years.
Is it 46? Oh, wow. Congratulations, my friend.
I started in 1974.
Wow. Where'd you start at?
Monterey, California.
Okay. Cool. Why don't you tell everybody where you got your...
A little bar called the Old...
Hello? Sorry, folks. We got some technical difficulties.
I love this 5-second delay.
There we go. Are you still there?
I said it's I started in Cannery Row called the Old Row Cafe.
Okay. Where are you?
But you're not originally from. I was a garbage man at the time.
Nice. Where this clicking and this 5-second delay is really throwing me up. Anyway,
I know, me too.
But you're not originally from here, though, right?
I'm from a little town just south of Chicago.
Okay. Cool. What part?
It's called Morris, Illinois.
Okay. So what made you leave from Morris to get to California? What made you decide to say, screw the Midwest, I'm coming over here?
I knew my destiny was out here, and I figured I couldn't do your show unless I moved here.
Right? You knew 46 years from now, you're like, one of these days, I'm going to be on the Me, Myself, and I podcast, and Joey's going to
I've
do
been
crack, and we're going to hear
I've been
clicking
waiting
noises
all-
all.
I'm going to try and sign on my laptop again. I've got it sitting on a block of ice.
Okay, that's what. Hey, Elizabeth Brown from Dream Dog. Oh, Steve Barkley. She, I don't know, folks. I don't know if you know this, but I produce a show called Top Dog Comedy, and when at Dreaming Dog Breweries, where I have the show, and the owner, Elizabeth Brown, welcomed my comedy show with open arms, and Steve Barkley was one of the headliners there, and it's just absolutely amazing. Crushed it, and this typing is really throwing me off, but I'm hanging in there because that's what stand-up comedy and radio does for
Yeah,
you.
me too.
You keep on moving forward. So what do you think? So 46 years in stand-up comedy, what have you seen from the beginning of stand-up to where you are right now?
Well, I saw comedy go through a golden period, and then I was there when it crashed. It crashed very hard. Clubs were closing, and the venues just dried up, and it was very tough for a lot of years.
What was it like during the golden era?
Oh my God, lines around the block. I mean, the clubs used to pick us up in limousines. I remember working the Comedy Underground up in Seattle, and they would beg us to do a third show because there would be that many people waiting after the second show was already sold out.
Wow.
I mean, it was wonderful, and we thought it was never going to end.
What caused the crash?
The Silicon Valley bust, that had a lot to do with it, and then 911.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a 1-2 punch, and it just killed everything.
Wow. So what do you think your best memorable
clicking
moment
gone
during the
away?
heyday?
No.
A little bit. It sounds like Joey's still freebasing crack, but we're poor Joey. I'm making fun of him. He's not even here to defend himself. Poor guy. 50 years in stand-up, and I'm 50 years in radio. I'm talking smack about him. Gosh, I hope he's probably thinking of so many jokes right now when I bring him back up. He's like, oh, he's making fun of me now, Mike. Well, who has better hair? Joey. Anyways, what do you think? What was your favorite memorable moment in radio or in stand-up?
Well, ironically, I was a disc jockey for a lot of years too. Before while I was doing stand-up.
Stand-up while working for the radio?
I was the morning man with Stephen B. at a radio station in Salinas called 93.5 The Mix.
Oh, wow. That's cool. How long did you guys run that for?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. How'd you like that versus stand-up?
And then I couldn't see. I didn't like it as much, so I went back on the road.
And how long were you on? Were you just on the road since?
Well, I don't go on the road very much now. I was on the road for 33 years.
Wow. 33 years. Good Lord. And you opened for some bands too, right?
Oh, yeah. I've opened up for Greg Allman, the Righteous Brothers. Oh, my God. So many. Leon Russell, the Everly Brothers, believe it or not.
Wow.
I opened up for, let me see, Donovan. I mean, a lot of the old groups, Jefferson Starship. Who else? Maria Moldar.
And this was like at their peak
Smokey
too,
Robinson.
right? This was at their peak as well when you worked with them.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah. 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 It was amazing. It was amazing. I did a show with the Everly Brothers at the Fox Theater in St. Louis, and that's the same theater that Chuck Berry and Keith Richards filmed Hail, Hail, Rock and Roll.
Wow.
And there was over 5,000 people in the audience.
Wow. Amazing. By the way, Gwendolyn
amazing.
Pohl says hello. Another comedian that got onto the show. Thank you, Gwendolyn.
Hi,
Thank
Gwen.
you. Appreciate it. Jason Panetta has a question. Nickelback? Did you ever open for Nickelback? I don't know why Nickelback gets
I wanted to so badly, but I got killed in a car accident the night of the show.
Never made it as a wise man. So what were the crowds like when you were performing for these people at their peak? What was that?
It was amazing. It was just amazing. I had killer shows.
Mm-hmm.
I had killer shows. I opened up ironically for Chicago. I've opened up for Chicago twice.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. So were the crowds wild? Were you single at the time? I'm just throwing it out. Were you single at the time? All the ladies loved you?
I was I was single until 1987, and that's when I got married for the first time.
There you go. That's cool. Right.
And then I got divorced in 1994, and began my second career as a comedian sex therapist.
Perfect. Show them your punchline. This is how you need to massage the punchline.
That's right.
When you get the light, it's time to go.
That's right.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. That's so funny.
It's no fun when you bomb.
What's that? Well, not when you're performing. Yeah, no, it's no fun when you're bombing, especially during the sex therapy time.
And performing is the word.
Right.
Right.
Perform. Right. Make sure you tip your weight staff too.
My computer is reloading. What?
Oh, well, you're doing fine with your phone right now. I can actually see. I don't hear any clicking. What happened to the dog? Is the dog still around?
No, he's sitting next to me with the typewriter.
Okay, that's why he's typing away. And so, what do you think your worst show was ever?
The worst show was I was opening for Ray Charles, and the opening band was a group called The Boys, and the audience was predominantly African American, and a lot of young kids in the crowd, and they did not want to see me, so they were throwing Skittles at me.
Why Skittles? That's so weird. That's totally random.
Well, because I think they ran out of M&Ms.
Okay. How long were you performing for?
30-minute set.
So during the 30-minute set, they were just throwing Skittles the whole time?
For the last 15 minutes, yeah.
They're like, taste the rainbow, motherfucker. It's horrible.
Yeah. Okay, let me see here. Aha, I'm on computer.
Are you back in? Did we did he just walk? Hello?
Hang on. Hello? Hang on. You see me?
Yes. And the dog. Throw the dog some Skittles. Oh my God! I can hear my 5-second delay.
My wife
just got home. Skittles. Okay, usually that's what happens when dogs, when someone else comes home, the dogs just go crazy. That's great. Are you still there? Did we lose him again? Chicago. Oh no, Chicago Steve Barkley. Nothing. I don't have anything. I don't have Steve. Oh, that's a bummer. It's a bummer. Well, you know what? It's fine because now I hope he's back from his break. Mr. Joey Mitchell is back. Hello, Joey.
Hey, man. I hope I wasn't bothering you. I was making popcorn in the back here, and I hope that you couldn't hear it.
No, all I heard was the typing of Chicago Steve's computer. Just
that was my popcorn machine. You did hear it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. So,
right there.
Well, we're just gonna keep going. That's the beauty about this live streaming show. We're about 45 minutes in right now. That's awesome. So everyone that's watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving comments. Thank you. If you got any questions right now, now's the time to ask us. But Joey, Chicago Steve was talking about his worst show, how they threw M&Ms at him.
I watched him throwing Skittles at him. Poor guy.
Man, I'll tell you about one of my worst shows. It was on St. Patty's Day, and I was probably like a year into stand-up, so I really didn't know what I was doing, but it was my first paid gig, and we went to this one place, Sonoma Chicken Coop. It was like a 3-level restaurant, and it was packed. As soon as I walked in, it was packed. People were like this, shoulder to shoulder. Oh man, this is gonna be a great crowd. I go to the second level, it's packed more than the first one. Oh crap, this is gonna be awesome. So I go to the third story where the stage was gonna be. It was packed, crunch, is like everyone was just packed right there. Where's the stage? Where's the stage light? Where's the microphone? So I went to the booker, and she's like, "Oh, follow me." We went down the first, third level, second level, first level. We ended up in the basement, and there was this little stage right next to a couple of cars, and this punk rock band just finished playing. They're like, "All right, everybody, good night." Oh, by the way, here's your comic, Mike Betancourt.
Oh,
And then you got all these drunk people. This one guy shot me with one of those red lights. This one girl was crying for no reason. I'm like, look, she's like, this other guy came on stage, put his arm around me. Yeah, it's St. Patty's Day. If you still here. And so your worst show in radio is nothing compared to stand-up comics. So you should be thankful.
Oh man, my most embarrassing show in radio. I was doing a broadcast, a remote from a spa place, and my wife was I was still in LA. My wife was visiting her parents here in Sacramento, which is why we moved here. And so she's out of town, and I'm in this spa place, and they get Miss California to join us, and she's in a bikini in the spa with me, and then Miss Riverside is in a bikini in the spa with me, and I'm having a blast, and we're drinking champagne, and we're live on the air, and here comes my wife. She's a day early. She's standing there, her arms are crossed, and she's going like this. Oh God. So I said, "Oh, look, my wife just showed up. I thought she was out of town. We'll be right back." But the guy at the station didn't cut away. He decides, let's listen and hear what happens. So I put the mic under my arm, and my wife, "I can't move for 10 minutes. Miss Riverside, Miss America, what the hell's going?" Yeah, that was embarrassing. And the whole
yeah, that's worse than any. I'd rather bomb on stage than deal with what you had to go through. That is no good. By the way, Joey, what's that?
Listening. I see Steve's back. Hey, Steven.
Yes, Steve Barkley, welcome back, my friend. Steve, this is
Hey, Joey. Thank you.
Joey and Steve. Worlds are finally colliding right now as we speak.
Hi,
Radio
Joey.
and comedy
Hey,
right
Steve.
now together. So let me ask you something, Joey. And you are nothing like this, but I do not understand, why is it when a comedian comes onto onto a show for radio, the DJ has like this guard up and does not like stand-up comics for some reason?
I don't know.
What?
I love stand-up comics, and
Right.
I feature them. In fact, I'll say before they go on the air, "Give me some facts you want me to hit so I can set you up." Well, talk about my
Right.
mother and talk about my wedding. And then I set them up because I want them to shine. I'm going to be there tomorrow on the show. I don't have to outshine them.
Right.
They're my guest. And every time I have a comic, I think you enjoyed yourself when you were on the show. They always.
I'm always having a blast on your show.
I don't know
always.
why jocks do that to comics. I don't get that.
Has that happened to you, Steve, when you were on radio and you always have like the DJ trying to outshine you or out funny you or something like that?
Oh yeah, that used to happen quite a bit. I mean, some jocks like Joey were great. They would set us up with punchlines and set us up with material and everything. And then some of the jocks wanted to compete with us, and it doesn't work.
No,
right. It's same thing with comics trying to be a radio host that like just came from the stage going to radio. There's a certain art form to it. There's a finesse. There's this cadence as a radio show. I don't understand, but I've dealt with my own radio jockeys.
I noticed comics do not laugh at each other. It's like,
no, this is what we do. This is what we do.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. You guys don't want to laugh at each other.
If Steve Barkley's crushing, I go, oh, that's good.
Right. Because we're sitting there, we're sitting there analyzing it. We're liking it, but we're analyzing the joke and thinking, why didn't I see that? Why didn't I say that?
Right. We're such weird mad science. Oh, that's good. No, that's really good. Wow, that's amazing.
Should have done that.
I wish I thought of that.
and Mike does that to me. He comes on my show and I'm like trying to make him laugh. And no, he's analyzing my style.
Dude, I'm the worst. Tell him about the phone call you said.
What's that?
The message you left me on my phone.
What'd you say, Mike?
Yeah, he's setting this show up.
Me?
He sent me an email, said, would I be willing to do this? So I call him back and I leave this message. Mike, I've got the COVID-19. I'm in intensive care. But the doctor said, if you wear a mask and gloves, you can come by and interview me. And I hang up. I'm waiting for his reaction, right? Nothing. Crickets. Nothing. He writes back to me. Oh, good. I'm glad you can do the show. Tell him why, Mike.
Well, you know what I said? You know what I said, Steve? I said, if you went darker, I would have believed you.
Any dark I would have had to die.
Oh, that's hilarious. Like if he said some horrible, disgusting things, went to the comics mind, I was like, oh my God, is he okay? That's funny. Oh, Carrie Docs Ostrom. Hello, Carrie. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for chiming in. That means a lot. I met Carrie on set of a short film. She came to stand-up comedy. She supports stand-up. Her and her husband comes out and supports stand-up comedy. And they found out that you were on the show too, Joey. We got a lot of people starting to watch the show. So this is great. This is great. So hold on. Let me go to this real quick. Are you guys ready? This is time for the movie quote of the day. I'm just going to throw in random movie quotes of the day.
Okay.
And here's the movie quote of the day. Jason, I hope you're watching. Here we go. The movie quote of the day is, today's forecast, dark and cloudy with a chance of drive-by.
I think
From Hazi's 40-year-old virgin. I don't know why I threw that there, but I just did.
Oh, I thought you wanted us to guess, and I could see the answer.
No.
I just Jurassic Park, wasn't it?
Was it? Throw this at you. That we're not doing, Zoom comedy right now. Joey, I'm sure you've seen it all over. You see a lot of comics go on Zoom and they try to perform at the house and stuff. And you know what? That's not comedy. That's not it. That's, Zoom has never ruined my life like stand-up comedy has. No one's ever stolen a Zoom from you. So for Steve Barkley to be here as himself is great, because for some reason, live stand-up comedy doesn't work like this. It doesn't. You gotta Gotta have that live element. So I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there. What do you think? What do you think, Steve?
I can't do Zoom.
He can't do Zoom, he said. Yeah.
That was perfect.
I can't do the Zoom thing.
All you was,
You know,
I can't, man. I
Where
can't.
else
It's like
can you
it's like
find-
asking.
where else can you find dogs barking and popcorn and
What's that, Joey?
background?
Say that one more time, my friend.
I said, where else can
That's
you hear
right.
dogs barking and typing and popcorn in the background? Only here.
Right, exactly. Only here on Me, Myself, and I. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move forward. This is the final segment before we go, and it's time for some good news. I am sick. I need bad news about COVID-19. I'm sick of it. So right now, every time before I sign off, I always find good news. And the good news that I want to share with each of you right now is this right here. It's a great, sweet story. Wear the cap and gown, donate. Students help donate thousands of graduation gowns to hospitals in need. So, and it goes, as graduation day came for Nathaniel Moore, a physician's assistant at the University of Vermont, Burlington, he wondered why his graduation gown couldn't be repurposed as a piece of personal protective equipment for his colleagues at the hospital where he worked. The image of my colleagues on the front line at the medical facilities that lacked the appropriate PPE and wearing trash bags with no sleeves and no protection under the waist had struck me. Attempting to help the frontline healthcare workers, Moore started Gowns for Good charity, which has been donating gown hospital facilities that lack the necessary PPE safely to operate during the outbreak. The slogan, "Wear the gaps, donate the gown," has since been used to decorate many virtual graduation caps across the country to raise awareness for Gowns for Good. So that is a sweet story, ladies and gentlemen. I love hearing wonderful stories. But before we go, I want to let everyone know that I'm sure you heard this a million times, but seriously, we are all in this together. We all have to help each other out, whatever side you believe on. Whether you believe
What happened? You froze him into submission.
whatever side you believe on.
You still there, Mike?
I want us to be here together. Help out.
You know, I love your good story, but it would frighten me if I was going.
And I'm just saying.
I love your
What's that?
I love your good news story, but it would frighten me if I was being wheeled into an operating room and the doctors are in cap and gowns. Did you guys just graduate? How long have you been doing this?
Oh, that's a good point.
See what
That
I
is
mean?
a terrible news.
Never laughs.
No, that. Well, every guy
My dog liked it.
Thank you.
wanted to say thank you. What's up?
He said his dog.
Your dog liked it. That's awesome. That's awesome. You got any? All I see him is nodding. I was like, Steve, you got anything to promote? 2 words, 1 syllable. Oh my goodness. I have too much fun. Get through my show. I'm trying. Heartfelt, we're in this together. No, we're not in this together. Man for himself. I get it. So why don't we all just do crack with Joey today? How about that? Does that make you feel better? Huh? Does that make everyone feel better?
Steve doesn't have any idea
Steve,
why you're saying crack. He must think I'm a junkie.
Well, Steve and Joey, thank you guys very much for being on my show. I know, right? Thank you guys for being on my show.
Thank you,
I really
Mike.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
Nice
And,
to meet you, Joey.
You too, Steve. You're a funny guy. I'm a big fan, man. Thank you.
Definitely, guys. Tell everybody to share this show.
Thank you, man.
Tell them about this. We're going to be streaming live from here on out. And everyone that left a comment, thank you for watching this. Thank you for everything. And before we go, gentlemen, let's snap our fingers. It's almost time to salsa. Ready? Snap your fingers, gentlemen. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Salsa, salsa, salsa.
Me, myself, and I.
Get down, Joey. Yeah.
It's me, myself, and I.
Ha.
Me, myself, and I.
Me, myself, and I, ladies and gentlemen.
It's me, myself, and I.